Good evening and welcome to our virtual open house for Central Middle School. We're so excited to have you with us tonight to talk about your child's transition into middle school. We know that this is a nervous time for the students and for the families. So we hope that tonight gives you a little bit of insight into Central Middle School and what we have to offer the students. Obviously, in a non-COVID year, we would have loved to open our doors and have you walk through and see the school for yourself, but hopefully tonight gives you that insight into what happens here. We have some words from some of our teachers to share. We have a video from our NGHS students that we'd like to share. So we appreciate the questions that were given, and we're going to address the questions and take you through some of the special things about Central Middle School. I'm Kathleen Prado. I'm the principal of Central Middle School, and again, we welcome you here. I always say as a parent, one of my proudest moments was getting my children through middle school. It's a difficult time. They're changing physically and emotionally, and lots of new things happening when they come to the middle school. They're going from one teacher to 5 or 7 teachers. They're changing classes. They're responsible for their lockers and for their things. So lots of new things, but I hope that after tonight, you are reassured that Central is going to be the perfect place for your child to come and continue their education in District 124. So I'm going to, we're doing this without the help of Alex Meister tonight, who is on vacation. So we're going to do our best to make sure that there's no technical difficulties and we get through these slides. But just so you know, Alex is on speed dial if we need him. So hopefully we get through this just fine. So we're going to go through a presentation and talk through some of the special points about Central Middle School, and again, answer your questions and share a video.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Daly. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Central. I can't wait to meet all of our new coming 6th graders in person. But for now, I think we're going to give you a great insight to what they can expect and you can expect as parents. I look forward to being able to show you all tonight, or we show you all tonight, all the great things that we have in store for your child when they come here next year.
Good evening. I'm Daniel Richmond. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Central. I met most of your children last week when I did the virtual meeting where the different schools zoomed into Central and they were able to speak with me and members of National Junior Honor Society, and we were able to discuss, really answer a lot of the curious questions they have about Central, mainly questions about lunch. Kids are really hungry. They were very curious about lunch and the gym policy, but it was a great conversation for each and every elementary school. I think all the students really appreciated it and took some great information away from it.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to walk you through, which I think is important for the kids to also see, is this is a sample schedule of what a 6th grader might experience throughout the day. So there's 8 periods throughout the day. They have advisory at the beginning of the day, and they have advisory at the end of the day. And then they have 8 periods. So this is what a sample schedule would be. This is the current bell schedule, well, not pre-pandemic year bell schedule. So this is what the bell schedule would look like. There might be some tweaks to it by a few minutes for next year, but this is the general overview of what it would look like. So they may have math first period, then they will go to another class. The art is one of our specials that we offer. Then 6th grade does have the first lunch period, which right now is at 10:24. We realize that's early in the day, but kids adjust to that very quickly. So in order for us to get 6th, 7th, and 8th graders through the cafeteria and study hall all in one day, we have to start lunch that early for our 6th graders. Students have PE every single day. All grade levels have PE every day, all year. Then they might go into 5th period is their ELA or their English Language Arts class. 6th period could be their social studies class. 7th period is the second elective. And then 8th period is their science class. And we'll talk a little bit more about the elective choices. We do have 2 electives besides PE built into every day. An option for one of those elective periods would also be some kind of intervention support, or we have a program called Core Academic Supports for some of our kids to get extra support that they need. So although there's 2 specials scheduled in a student's schedule, one of them might be filled with a academic support time.
All right. So, see, at Central Middle School, we have several electives. As Mrs. Prado mentioned before, we have art, music, STEM, creative expressions, 21st century skills. We have introduction to Spanish, and we'll talk more about Spanish and how that can benefit students later, and also band.
Along with our specials and all of the academic aspects that we offer here at Central, we do have a wide variety of extracurricular activities. I'll talk a little bit more later when we go over some of the submitted questions, but just to give a rundown of things that we do have, we offer, it's called a FORSAD leadership. It's a combination of a leadership and almost like a student council. We have two moderators that have brought, I mean, they do great things. It's community service. They've done service projects. I mean, it's a great way to get your students involved, especially when they're coming in as sixth graders. They try to do a lot for the community and the school. We offer band, so if your child is in fourth or fifth grade band, they can continue, or I believe if they haven't been in band, it's something they want to try, they can. We have a book club, choir, creative arts. We have declamation, which is, I'll talk a little bit more about SWIC again. That's run through SWIC. We offer a fitness club, which is amazing in our fitness center. Your children will get very used to it in PE as well as if they join fitness club. Nice to get active. We offer Mathletes, which is also SWIC. New variable, newspaper. We have NJHS. We've started yoga in the past. Last year was the first year, and also our yearbook. And to talk a little bit about our sports, and again, I'll talk more about this when answering some of the questions submitted. Central participates in the SWIC conference, the Southwest Interscholastic Conference. It consists of 13 schools. We're considered one of the North schools, and it ranges all around with technically North suburbs, what they refer to in South, Orland, Tinley, Oak Lawn, all the surrounding suburbs. We offer cross country and boys and girls softball in the fall. Boys and girls basketball and boys and girls volleyball are technically our winter sports. And then in the spring, we have track and boys and girls soccer.
So when we looked at, thank you everyone who did submit questions for us to address tonight. Rather than reading each individual question, we went through and kind of grouped them into like categories. So we really came up with 3 categories where the questions came in. So we've grouped them into academic type questions, student expectations, and then parent involvement, extracurricular, and sports, some of what Mrs. Daly has already addressed. So I will begin with some of the academic questions. One of the questions referred to foreign language, and that wasn't in the sample schedule, but we do have, we have a class, we have Spanish. So the question was, is there foreign language? The students do have an opportunity to take Spanish. As 6th and 7th graders, it's kind of an intro to Spanish and more of like Spanish culture and those types of things leading into, as an 8th grader, they could take Spanish 1 and get the high school, the opportunity to go on to high school to take Spanish 2 as a freshman. So that is something, not all students have to do that. It's an option for our 8th graders if they want to do that. Sometimes because we also, if a student is in band and they also do Spanish 1, that really limits the other opportunities. So they may not be able to take STEM or those types of things. So that's a student choice, but that is something that we offer. So they do get exposed to Spanish, is our only foreign language that we currently offer. And that's the only one that's currently offered at the high school. So it transitions into the high school. We had a question regarding placement. There is no necessarily placement of a placement test to look at what they come in with. If a student is identified or qualifies for Project Tree, they will come in and go scheduled into those classes. If they're currently in a co-taught setting, they would get into the co-taught classes. So there's some things that help us kind of dictate what they're going into, but other than that, they just get put into teams. Something I should have talked about before. The students are on teams, so there's 2 teams at each grade level. There's a 6A, 6B, 7A, 7B, and 8A, 8B. And within that 6A team, you'll have the same teacher. So those kids will travel within those teachers. So it really gives the team, that team of teachers, a nice opportunity to really focus on a group of kids. So you'll have those same classes within that team. So we don't necessarily have a placement for that. Will they change classes? Absolutely. Unfortunately, this year, kids have been in a cohort all year and not changing classes, but the bell rings, the kids get dismissed. They're responsible for getting to their own classes, and that is all of our students. Something we started last year, we do have, approximately 650 students that when that bell rings, that means 650 students walking through the hallways. So we've done a lot of changes to help with traffic in the hallways, just to make sure that everything is flowing and people are getting to their classes in time. So those are some of the academic questions that were submitted. When we watch the video in a little bit, individual teachers will talk a little bit more about the specific curriculum that they follow in each of those core subjects. But again, those were some of the questions that we put together to address the academics.
Student expectations. When students arrive at Central, one of the first gifts we give students is the student handbook. And within that book, it's outlined for students. First of all, it's a diagram of the school, so students know how to where different classes are, the different floors. We do have 3 floors here in Central, but it also has the student expectations and the protocols. One of the questions that was submitted was surrounding bullying, and we have a district policy that's in place regarding bullying that outlines the various types of bullying. In the past, last year, we talk about pre-pandemic, but last year we had someone come in who talked about cyberbullying, and we gave that presentation for not just the students but also for the parents as well that evening. But within that student handbook, it outlines the different types of bullying as well as the consequences for it. Okay, and we take bullying very serious here at Central, and we want to ensure that the safety of all our students is number one priority. So we make sure that not only do you have each one of the 3 administrators available, but we have our social workers, we have our school psychologists, and the teachers as well. Everyone chips in to assist with make sure students are safe here in Central, and also support it.
I'm going to start with the questions surrounding parent involvement. So there was a few questions just wanting to know how involved are parents, how often our parents reach out to see if there's anything they can do to help. And we collaborate frequently with our boosters. We have a phenomenal booster club. Our parents are great. I would encourage you, if you're on the boosters in your current elementary schools, or if you haven't but tried it out yet, to come to the meetings. They do meet monthly. We work side by side with them to make sure that the events that we do plan at Central have parent involvement. This year looks obviously a little bit different. We're looking very much forward to getting back on track next year to some of our normal events that we do. Oftentimes parents are involved in help volunteering in our PBIS celebrations, our breast cancer walk in the fall. We have ice cream socials, we've done St. Baldrick's, and we have end of the year celebrations for all of our grade levels. And we're always looking for parent involvement and parent volunteers. We also have a very active PBIS team with parent representation that meets monthly. I know that the PBIS team will be meeting throughout the upcoming months to plan for next year, and we're always looking for parent involvement. In terms of extracurriculars, to touch a little bit more, you saw all of the great clubs and activities that we offer at Central. Just to give you an idea of so how your child knows that they can become a part of it. Whoever's moderating the activities will post. We have a big bulletin board outside the cafeteria, so all the students in the school can walk past it. Every grade level, we last year made sure that we put up a ton of bulletin boards. So the hallways are decorated, which you'll see in the video shortly. And there's always notices. There's constant announcements, but there's reminders. So even if the club started and your child maybe missed it, the moderators are always welcoming new students. There isn't anyone that's turned away. So it's a great way for students to get involved in things that maybe they haven't had the opportunity, or and to meet new friends that maybe didn't come from the elementary school that they came from. And lastly, a little bit more about sports. There were a couple questions regarding sports. I know I touched that we participate in the SWIC conference, and it's 12 schools. SWIC offers both non-cut and cut sports. And what that means is our Cross country and track, those are open to any of the students who want to come out and even try it. If they've never run before, it starts at the beginning of the year, especially for incoming sixth graders. I absolutely love it. It's a great way for kids to come out and just meet other kids. And it starts with walking if they want to walk. And if they are great runners, it's all levels. Then we also offer some cut sports, which would be tryouts. Our sixth graders are teamed with it's sixth and seventh grade in SWIC, and then eighth grade is on a team by themselves. So that would be both boys and girls softball, basketball, volleyball, and soccer. So there's a boys team and a girls team, sixth and seventh grade are combined. SWIC sports are not coached by parents, and they do run through from the fall. They start right when we come back to school through pretty much the beginning of May. I think they end maybe the first or second week in May. So what we have for you now, thank you for all the questions, they were wonderful, is a great video, like Mrs. Prado had said at the beginning, that where our NJHS students helped us tour the school. We have a lot of great teacher involvement. Mr. Richmond and the NJHS did an amazing job putting together the video that we hope that you really enjoy.
One thing I apologize, I forgot to mention in the beginning, but he is in the video. So Mr. Shannon Swilley, who's going to be the new principal here at Central Middle School next year, he wanted to join us tonight, and he had another emergency that happened, and he couldn't make it. He is in the video, so you'll get to meet him, and he introduces himself. So again, enjoy the video. We'll touch base again at the end of the video, so stay on. Okay, we almost made it to the end, but we understand that you can't hear the video. So we're going to start it over as soon as we figure out how to share Mr. Richmond's sound. He is on the phone with Alex in Florida right now. So we are interrupting his vacation, but we'll get this fixed. So just give us about 30 more seconds and we'll get this fixed for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Iverson. I'm the district librarian for D124. My office is here at Central Middle School and I look forward to seeing you when you come to Central.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Murphy. I'm one of the PE teachers here at Central Middle School. There are 4 PE teachers here and you will get to know all of us, even if we are not your teacher. PE at the middle school is a little or a lot different than it is at your elementary school. You will have PE every day. You will be changing into a PE uniform. We have a locker room where you change into your clothes every day. And we have a nice big gym that maybe the elementary schools don't have. But a little bit about the type of PE we do here. We do some sport games when we are in the gym or if we're outside. But we also have a nice fitness room, which you can see right here where we've got ellipticals and treadmills and bicycles, stationary bikes. You're going to learn how to use all this equipment. We also have some weight machines that you're going to learn how to use. You'll learn how to use it properly and most of all safely. We also have a flex room where we do some workouts, maybe from a YouTube workout or it's a teacher-led workout or a student-led workout. And we like to go outside when the weather is nice. So we try to keep a big variety and do a lot of things to get your heart rate up, but also have a lot of fun. So we can't wait to meet you in the fall. And welcome to Central Middle School PE. Bye.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Miss Daly. I am currently the 6th grade math teacher. I am excited to welcome all of you next year. We will be learning about fraction and decimal operations, ratios, percents, area, perimeter, and all different types of skills and concepts. We will use Go Formative a lot, and we will have a fun school year. I look forward to seeing all of you.
I'm Mr. Martin, 6th grade math teacher here at Central. We have a lot planned for next year. We're looking forward to welcoming you guys all to be Panthers here at Central Middle School.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Capuano. I am a sixth grade social studies teacher, so I may be your social studies teacher next year. I want to welcome you to Central and look forward to seeing you.
Hi, welcome to Central Middle School, sixth grade science. We're really excited to have you here to join us, and I hope you're looking forward to moving to a new school. It can be a little bit scary, anything new is, but there's so many things for here that you can get involved in, new friends to meet, teachers to meet, and we know that you are really going to enjoy your time here. When you're in science for sixth grade, it might look a little bit different than in the elementary buildings. Our classroom is set up with tables rather than desks, and we're going to be working on earth sciences. So if you have a rock collection, if you know anything about geography and the history of the earth, you will have lots of opportunities to share that information with us. We're also going to learn about the scientific method and how that applies to solving problems, because we can use that method anytime, any place, whether it's science or social studies or math. There's always a problem to solve. When you come here and you meet all your new teachers, please, we're here for you. So reach out to us. If we can help you any way, we want you to really enjoy your first year here at Central Middle School.
Good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Rapp. I work here at Central Middle School as one of the English Language Arts teachers. So I wanted to take a minute to say welcome on behalf of all of us here. We're looking forward to having new faces in the building. A couple of things to look forward to is that when you come to sixth grade, you're going to be assigned an advisory teacher, and your lockers are right outside the advisory doors. Eventually in your day, you'll be assigned to an English teacher, whether that's me or another one of the staff members here. And we start off the year with novel units. One of the first novels that we read is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. We read that book in conjunction with a ton of different other literature like poems or nonfiction articles. And we integrate those, and we have a lot of fun here. So if you're looking forward to knowing what it's like here, and you see me in the hallway the first couple of weeks of school, just stop by and say hello.
Hi guys, I am Officer Knight of the Evergreen Park Police Department. I am also the school resource officer here at Central Middle School. The staff here at Central Middle School, we are looking forward to meeting you guys this new school year. So when you see me in the hallway, say hi. See you soon.
Hello, future Central Middle School students. I am Mr. Swilly, and I will be your principal next year. I just wanted to take a few moments to tell you welcome to Central, and we are going to have a great year. Can't wait to meet you all.
Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed that video that some of our students and Mr. Richmond put together. That was about half of the sixth grade staff. Remember, there's two at each, so there's two teams. So there's another ELA teacher and another science and social studies teacher also that you may have. So a few people seemed like they were a little bit hard to hear. Officer Knight is our resource officer. He's here every day, all day, a great member of our staff and is very supportive. Mr. Swilly, who introduced himself at the end, is the incoming principal here at Central Middle School. He's already been here quite a few times, getting to know things at Central and excited to start working with the teachers and all of the families. Again, we know that this is a big change, a big transition in the lives of students as they're moving from fifth grade to sixth grade. And we hope that tonight allowed you to look inside Central Middle School and learn a little bit more about all that we do here. And we're very proud of the work of our teachers and our current students. And there's so many more people to meet and so much more to learn about Central. But hopefully this kind of put your minds at ease about coming over to middle school. And we're so excited to have you. There'll be more opportunities like we talked about. Mr. Richmond did do some work with the NGHS kids, talking directly to the kids in Zoom. We'd love to have another opportunity. It really depends on how things open up. I know in the video you could kind of see yellow tape in certain places and desk shields, and we hope that some of that will be over next year and we can have a little bit more of a normal year. But either way, we're going to welcome the students and it'll be a great experience for them. And we're so happy that you joined us tonight. Alex tells us this will be posted. So if you didn't see this live or you have friends or other people that you know would like to view this, please direct them to the website and they will get to watch this. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited. If more questions come up, please feel free to email myself or Mrs. Daly or Mr. Richmond with any questions, and we'll be happy to help continue to make this a smooth transition for you and your students.